So red combs and waffles. There's a lighter one, and then here's my sick bird down here, which I'm thinking. So let's go take a closer look at this bird. Hey, good morning, YouTube. So yesterday when I was out and about looking at the chickens, I noticed that one of them wasn't looking too healthy. It was looking kind of sick. It had a pale comb and there were some other things going on with it. So today I want to show you and see if we can't figure out what's wrong with this chicken and how to fix it if we can determine the problem. Okay, this is the bird that I noticed that was looking pretty sick a few days ago, so I wanted to bring you in and give you a closer look and show you what I saw. But before we talk about what I was looking at, I just want to let everybody know that this isn't an old, sick bird. Every bird in this cage is around 2 years old or under, so we can scratch that off the list. But the first thing that I noticed right away was that her comb and her waffles were very pale, almost anemic looking, right? That was one of the things. Obviously, she's very skinny, she's very bony, she's lost a lot of weight. That's the second thing. The third thing is, that goes with all the birds in this cage, is a decrease in egg production. So that's the third thing that I noticed about her. Also, calm down, it's okay, it's okay. Also, she's missing a lot of feathers on the back. Could be molt. It looks like they're plucking them because these feathers are broken off and not molting. But there could also be a mite problem. So I haven't seen any mites on her. I don't think it's mites, because a really bad mite infestation can suck a lot of blood out of your chicken and cause them to be anemic, also giving them this pale waffle and cone. So all those symptoms I just described are symptoms of parasitic worms. Parasitic worms will cause all four of those symptoms. Mites can do it as well. So today I'm going to show you some all-natural treatments to take care of mites and parasitic worms. I prefer the natural treatments because you can do them without harming the bird, whether they have them or not. There are medicated treatments, but you want to make sure that your birds have the worms before you treat them with medication, because the medication can be harmful to your chicken. And there are ways you can take your bird to the vet. They'll do a poop check, basically. They'll see how many eggs are in the poop. You can also buy kits online that can allow you to do it if you have a microscope. But I don't have a microscope. We're not going to the vet, so I'm going to do the all-natural treatment and treat my birds naturally if they have them or not. And then hopefully we can do an update in a week or so. Like that. Being stressed out. Also, another sign is messy. Her rear end's going to be messy. They're going to have diarrhea, which they do. Foamy diarrhea, which she does, is also a sign of worms. So that's at least 5 signs of parasitic worms. And if she has parasitic worms, the rest of these guys do as well. And the reason that it's so easily transferred is because it's done through their feces. The eggs, go ahead and I'm going to show you the water. I want to show you the water right now. So basically the eggs of the parasitic worms come out in their feces and they step on it and they get it in their food or get it in their water. So this water was changed out yesterday and you can see it's pretty nasty looking. And let me go ahead and dump it out. And you can see all this nastiness in the bottom. So the chickens go and they step in their poo and they try to sit up here, get up here, and then the poo and all the nastiness gets in their water. The birds drink the water, they get the eggs in them, and then they all end up with parasitic worms. Okay, so I want to show you a couple ways to treat parasitic worms. One of the ways is diatomaceous earth. So food grade diatomaceous earth. You can take 1/4 cup for 2 pounds of food, right? And you want to mix it thoroughly in there. So we're going to get our 1/4 cup of diatomaceous earth. We're going to drop it in the food. Now this stuff is good for birds and animals, but it's pretty dusty, pretty fine, and you don't want to inhale it, so be careful when you're mixing it up not to inhale it. So just put it in there. We're going to mix it up really well. 1/4 cup to 2 pounds of food. Okay, so I got all that mixed up nice and good. So just going to go ahead and put it into our feeder. And you can see all the dust coming out from that mixture. Right? Okay. So this watering is just a chore Man, that rooster really wants to tell you something. It's a chore, it's messy, and it's not good for the birds. I'm really looking forward to getting these guys into the new coop with the new water system, which I will be posting a video. So if you're interested in that and want to see that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so you'll know when that video gets posted. So one more thing I wanted to mention is there are other ways to tell if your birds have worms, which you can try to look at their poo. Some of them, the worms will be excreted in that and you can see them. Some of them are up to 3 inches long, some are smaller, but I checked the poo, I didn't see any of that. And you can also take the poo to the vet and they'll do a parasitic worm egg count. Really? Parasitic worm egg count under a microscope to determine the worm load in your chicken, but we're not going to do that just at this time. So we're just going to go ahead and treat for worms as if they have it and then see what happens with the birds. Also, these same conditions can be caused by mites or lice, as I explained before. So we're going to go ahead and treat for that as well. And stop the video. Okay, so we moved away from the chicken so I can actually explain to you about the dust mites and lice. So you see your chickens rolling around and scratching in the dirt, getting the dust all over them. That actually suffocates and kills the mites. So, and it'll take care of that problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just basically put a round, I cut a 50-gallon drum in half. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna throw some dirt and some ash from the burn pile that we had the other day and put it in there, and hopefully they'll be able to take a dust bath in that, as well as just earth in there, diatomaceous earth in there, and that's gonna kill the mites. So let's go over there and I'll show you what I'm gonna do and we'll get it done. So I got this 50-gallon drum, cut it in half. I'm just gonna set it in the coop. Take the wheelbarrow in there. If you wanna take a look at this, it's just some sandy ground. It's wet right now, but sandy ground and some ash. And then I'll throw a bunch of diatomaceous earth in there, fill it up in here, and the chickens will be able to get in there and take a dust bath when it dries. Get up in there without these birds getting out. Look at that bird, they're already
in the barrel.
They're already going in the barrel.
They're curious.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and put the barrel in here, filled it up with the sandy dirt and some of that ash from the burn pile. Now I'm just going to dump a bunch of diatomaceous earth in there, get it all mixed up, and hopefully this will be a nice dust bath that will kill any mites or lice that the birds have on them. Remember, try not to breathe that in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold my breath and kind of mix it up. Come on over.
Holding breath.
So I'm gonna need to put some more in there. Treating for mites and lice is you can use. Unbelievable. You don't crow until I start filming a video. I mean, seriously. Can you just stay quiet for a few minutes? So anyway, this bird is not going to let me get this video done. Unbelievable.
All right, back on track.
Stop the video.